In this video, we're going to look at solving a word problem. So we have a plumber who charges a fee of $50 to make a house call and $65 per hour for labor to complete the job. We want to start off by writing a linear equation that represents the total cost for a plumbing repair related to the hours of labor. Alright, so from the video we know we're going to look for certain things to represent M and B. If we find these words like per hour, that's going to be our M values. When we see things like a flat fee or a startup cost, that becomes our B values. So remember our equation, y equals mx plus b. We're then going to get our equation. Y will be the cost. Our M is 65. And it is for labor. So let's use a L. Or we could use hours if we wanted. Okay. Maybe that's a better idea. Let's go back and I'm going to change that to hours. Plus our B, our fixed rate, is $50. So there's our equation. So that is part A. Okay, let's look at B. How much will it cost for a house call that requires 1.5 hours of labor? All right, so let's go ahead and figure out our cost. 65. We have 1.5 hours of labor. That doesn't look very good. Let's try that again. 1.5 hours of labor plus 50. Okay, so I'm going to my calculator and I'm going to punch in 65 times 1.5, and then we're going to add on the 50. Now in most calculators we've talked about in class, we can just punch this in exactly how we read it. So that's going to be $147, and it says 0.5, but this is money, so I'm going to say 50 cents, and remember I'm going to put in my dollar sign. Alright, so let's just recap. There was our answer from A, the equation. Now we put in our information, and there's our answer for B. We got one more question. It says, if we get a bill from a plumber for $245, how many hours did the plumber work at your house? Okay. So let's just give us a little more room. I want to keep my equation there. Alright, so now from this question, we know the cost was $245, and it is $65 for each hour of work plus the $50 flat fee that he charges. Okay, so now we have a little bit of algebra. We need to get the H all by itself. Okay, so we're remembering bed mass, our order of operations, and because it's algebra, we're actually doing this backwards as well to isolate our H value, right? So the algebra, we're doing the opposite, and we're doing bed mass in our opposite direction. So we have no subtraction. We do have some addition, so we got to worry about this part first. Let's do the opposite. I'm going to subtract 50 and subtract 50. Okay, so these become 0. Over here we do the math. 245 minus 50, and you can use your calculator if you need to. We now have 195 equals 65H. Alright, now I go back to bed mass. We do have some multiplying here, so we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide by 65. That becomes 1H, and divide this side by 65. So we do the opposite to both sides. Okay, now I do need to move this up just a little bit more. Alright, again I'm going to go to my calculator now. 195 divided by 65, and I get 3 equals H. So we have our word problem. I'm going to say 3 hours of work. All right, hopefully that helps when you're going through the word problem worksheet.